He's been in office for 4 terms, and State Representative Peake is ready to go back to Atlanta for number 5. So what else does he want to accomplish, and does he feel the nonpartisan elections battle will hurt him at the polls? I sat down with Peake to find out those answers. You've got a pretty long record, so what's left for you?
Well, I think there's always new issues that pop up. For instance, this medical cannabis issue this past session was not even on my radar, come last January. But so there's always something that comes up that you maybe need to deal with. But I can tell you now, I gave strong consideration to not running again. And getting involved with this medical cannabis issue really tugged at me and made me realize I cannot quit on these families. When I had to make the decision of whether to run again, we were not to the finish line on the medical cannabis issue, and I just knew I've got to go finish the job for these families. And so it kind of spurred me on to run again. Plus, we've got some things on the consolidation issue that I think we need to, maybe some tweaks in the charter, maybe some issues that we need to address to make the consolidated government better. So I got energized again to run again for another 2 years, and I'm eager and ready to get back up there next January if reelected by the good citizens of District 141.
You mentioned the consolidation issue. There was a big divide last session, not this previous session, but the year before that, between you and the other members of the delegation over this nonpartisan issue. You say you don't play politics, but some might have called that a political move. So what do you want to say about that issue, about how that all played out?
That's a fair question. And those that don't know the behind-the-scenes wheeling and dealing we did among the local delegation could have accused me, and they did accuse me of kind of trying to pull one over the other members of the delegation. And that was the furthest thing from the truth. We were very upfront with the other members of the delegation that at some point, if consolidation passed, we were going to address the nonpartisan issue. Every other consolidated government has nonpartisan elections. Every other city in the entire state, I think with the exception of one small city, has nonpartisan elections. We made the decision, I did personally myself, that I wanted to push for nonpartisan elections from the very get-go after consolidation passed, because I felt like it was important that the very first slate of elected officials be the most qualified folks we could get. We needed the best citizens on that first commission. And the way we were going to get the best citizens, the best elected official, was by nonpartisan elections. And so I knew that when I fought for that and took the risk of pushing that we were going to get criticized for it. But to me, it was worth the criticism in order to make sure we had the best qualified officials in that first commission.
Now, even though it was a year ago that whole nonpartisan issue played out, the community has kind of been dealing with the issues, the voting mishaps here and there. Do you feel like that's going to hurt you in this election? I
understand shots are going to be fired for any mistakes at us, at me. And that's part of the gig that I sign up for. But I think most folks will see, and I think they can judge by my 8 years in elected office, that I've always tried to do what was in the best interest of our community, not just in the short term, but in the long term as well, too. And so I'm hoping folks will, as a result of that, want to vote for me again on May 20th.
And to watch Peake's full interview with me, you can head to our website, 41NBC.com, after the show.